Hello, Bobby. This is
Hello.
Dimitris calling from Metalkaoz in Chicago. How are you, man?
Good man. Yourself? You good today?
Uh, it's Friday,
Yeah.
and we have to discuss about the new COC album. So
Yes, we do.
that's great, right?
Yes, it is. That makes for a good Friday.
Before starting talking about the album, I need to share something with you.
Yeah.
So while listening to the new album, um, this image came to my mind: watching the band playing live during sunset with a gentle breeze coming through.
Oh,
So,
nice. That's good. That'll work fine.
yeah, and I don't know why. It's always that image. Outdoors, not an indoors show, outdoors
Okay.
with a nice
Yeah.
breeze.
I like
Maybe,
it.
maybe the Chicago winter was too long for me.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's why.
So, you joined COC in 2024, right?
Yeah, I joined it right before the heavy metal cruise with Lamb of God.
Mhm.
That was the first shows I did. Yes.
So, how did that transition happen from your side?
What happened was, is I did a few Down shows. Kirk Winstein was in Europe with Crowbar, and Down had shows scheduled, so they hired me to do it, of course. And after those shows, we did one in New Orleans and one in Baton Rouge. And after the Baton Rouge show, Pepper asked me. He said, "Bobby, I need you to play bass in COC." So that's exactly how it happened.
Straightforward. So,
Straightforward. Yeah.
that means having the history with Pepper and Down didn't
Yes.
feel no, it felt naturally going to COC.
It felt natural. I'm glad Pepper, feels that way about me, and him and I have been together on a bus for many years. So yeah, and he knows what I can do because when we did the Down record, we, you know,
Of course.
played together, wrote music together. Yes.
And in a band like COC, feeling good, I guess, is one of the topest priority, right?
Oh, absolutely,
Mhm.
absolutely. I feel really good about it. Everybody does. We're so proud of this record. We worked
Oh
really
man.
hard on it.
Well, should we say proud of a record, of this record, or proud of these two records?
These
Because
two records. Yeah.
and when you came into that band, how much of the material was already there?
Most of it. Pepper
Okay,
and Woody, they've been writing forever, right? And so,
whatever.
knowing that they're going to put a new record out, they really started to hang out a lot more. Woody would go down to Pepper's studio and they would write a bunch of stuff. And then once they had the big body of material and once they chose me to play bass, they would send me recordings that they have been making. So I was able to have all those and put my own put my bass on it, and we did all of it like that for a while. And the recordings that they had, a lot of them already had Stanton on drums
Hmm.
because they were able to get Stanton in New Orleans. So yeah, I had a great time writing my bass parts like that. And when I sent what I sent to them, they were happy with it. And then after that, we got together as a band at Pepper Studio again, and we're together for almost 2 weeks with
Okay.
our producer in one room, writing everything, putting everything together, taking all the ideas, and making them work. Yeah.
So you were able basically to shape some of the songs or bring your own sonic identity, right?
There you go. Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah. They
Excellent.
they took it on. Yeah. I played what I thought Mike Dean might play, but for the most part, it came from me. Because I
And
certainly do have to play like Mike Dean when I play all the other songs, and
oh
those are
yeah.
big shoes to fill because Mike Dean
Hmm.
is such a great bass player, such a great bass player.
And did the idea of releasing this as a double LP was from the beginning, or was the idea to release one and then the other? Uh,
I think it was two from the beginning.
okay.
There's so much material that got written, and we liked all of it. And Pepper and Woody decided let's do all of these songs.
So when you see Good God and Bad Man,
Yeah.
do you see them as two separate worlds, or those are two sides of the same human condition?
Well, I definitely will say they're the same sides of human condition.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think the songs represented on each record are closely related to Good God or Bad Man songs. Yes. That was something that Pepper and Woody decided and were able to separate those in the way they saw it fit. Yeah.
And I like that in the album cover artwork, Good God is not beneath the good side of the album. Or maybe maybe that's the
Yeah.
message, right? We
Well,
cannot
you know what?
say,
There's something to learn every time you hear the record again. You hear more things, and I think every time I look at that artwork, I see new things.
yeah,
There's so
because
much going on.
you cannot always say that whatever looks bad is indeed bad.
That's right.
Sometimes whatever looks good may be
I
worse.
like that. That's right. And that's our human condition. So great way to say it.
So there are a couple of instrumentals there, and I will start with Bedouin's Hand.
Yes.
Was that intentionally written as an instrumental, or to me it sounded like it captured a jam session that sounded too good to let it go?
You know what? You have good ears, my friend, because that was one take. That was
One take.
yes. And I have it on video as well. So we all have that to watch. But Pepper had the bass line idea, and Stanton just started doing his thing, and Pepper asked me to play guitar on that one.
Oh.
So I brought in. I love Indian music. I love sitar music. I love, uh, you know, uh, Persian style music and jams. So I play a lot of that stuff on my own.
Hmm.
So it came very natural to me to put that flavor on top of what was going on, and the guys loved it. So we kept it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly that, and I like. So no, hold on. When did you decided to put it before the next one, before Run for Your Life? Because those two speak to each other sonically in some way.
You know what? And good and lucky for us. I mean, maybe I shouldn't say lucky. Once all the songs were in Pepper's mind, he really thought hard about what songs to put
Okay.
with what. So no, that wasn't anything we thought of before that. I think once Pepper had the whole body of material in his head, he knew what songs should go where, and he placed that one perfectly because it comes after so much sonic intensity that the record starts with. So when Bedouin Hand hit, you get to take a breath and sit back and go, okay, okay. I'm ready for what's next, but ground myself and let's get ready for the next. So I think it's beautifully placed right where it is.
Well, although Run for Your Life, I cannot claim that lyrical wise, at least, it's not an easy or a relaxing song, right? You have spoken words by Jason Everman there.
Yes.
And
Yes, we
man,
do.
the end of it, it really hits you like a
Yes.
ton of bricks.
Man, it does. And it's supposed to. That's a serious story by a real man that
Oh my
lived
goodness.
that.
I get goosebumps just by talking about it.
Yeah.
Um,
And when I hear it too, I still go, wow. I got
mm,
to meet Jason. He was out with us, hanging out with us a lot on this last tour. So had the pleasure of hanging out with him and meeting him. Yeah.
Geez. You said something about Indian music, and then we have the other instrumental, Mantra Sonos, right?
Yeah, the bass
Oh,
solo.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's me just having fun.
Mhm.
Pepper asked me to do that. He didn't know exactly where he was going to put it, or he knew exactly where he was going to put it, but he wanted to make sure I got a little taste of, a little bass solo. They used to start the set like that, with Mike Dean, and that translated to me where I go out and start the set by playing that type of
Mm.
bass, and then drums come in behind me, and then bass and drums are playing, and then Pepper and Woody get to walk on deck, and we make it an exciting way to start a show.
Did you just spoil the upcoming tour? How did it
No,
start?
no, since nobody knew, it's fine, so it didn't spoil anything. But now, hopefully, when people see me play that, they'll recognize it from the record. So,
Excellent. I love how it leads to Asleep on the Killing Floor because
oof.
there the bass lines are very strong, right?
Yes, yes, yeah, very strong, very intense. Very, yeah, very fast, very intense, and that's exactly the mood that they wanted. They wanted me to play vigorous like that, so I did.
Love it, love it.
Yeah.
And I like that your answer comes with a smile. So
Oh, I love it.
you
I
cannot
love to do it.
you cannot hide your excitement.
I
And I love that.
cannot. There's no reason to hide anything. I
Absolutely.
love it, man. Yeah.
At the end of Forever Amplified, I didn't know that there were any guest vocals there, and I said, "Who's
Uh-huh.
singing here?"
Yeah, Jelly.
So how did this happen?
It was Pepper's idea to have a female vocalist come in and do that part, and Stanton plays with Jelly in his band Galactic,
Hmm.
and she is a top shelf great singer, and she knew exactly what we needed. Or if she didn't, she learned very quickly the day she came in to do her tracks, and she went off, and we all just sat back and smiled, just listening to it happen. She was the perfect. She couldn't have done it any better, man. She just really nailed it.
But that's not the only one guesting in the album, right?
Let's see. Yeah, I believe so. It's just the four of us. Warren Riker did a lot in his production, so he's
Hmm.
kind of the fifth Beatle, and in that way, him and Pepper, when they were producing and mixing, they came up with so many ideas, to make it, transitions for songs, just things to make it sonically interesting, things to make it a headphone record, things to make, take it off your phone, just put some headphones on, or,
Mm. Put the
or
vinyl on.
put the vinyl on, get the
Yes.
headphones on, and take it back to the old world that we all come from, where you listen to a record from start to finish.
Yeah,
And
and doesn't feel like an album that we live in a digital world. Okay.
yeah,
But you have to have some scratches from the vinyl there too. I don't know why,
I,
but
I,
it works, right?
yeah, it works. It does work. And there's a warmth and everything that vinyl brings, And
Yes.
since we are who we are, that's the best part of it is to have that much vinyl. Too so great.
So now the question is, with the tour kicking off April 7th,
Yes.
how many songs can you fit in the set list from the new album?
Man,
That's
that's a tough thing to do, and it seems like we do it every night before the show. We have a set of songs
okay.
that we have to play because it's COC, and you have to fit these certain songs into the set, or people will, maybe be upset that they didn't hear their favorite song. But everybody has a different favorite COC song, so it's hard. It's not only hard to make a list, but now we have to add new songs from a new record onto that list. So yeah, it's not an easy task, my friend.
So if it were only up to you from the new album, what would be the two top choices?
We've been playing. We played "Give Me Some More" in South America, and that
Mhm.
worked out really well. The people seem to really like the way that happened, and we just did the video for "You or Me," so we could work that out and play that live. We're working it out in rehearsals. We start rehearsals next week for the tour, so that's when we're going to really look at each other and look at these songs written down and decide what's going to fit and what's not. The good and bad thing about these new
Good
songs
and bad.
on the new record is that they're so long. Some of them are very long
Right.
with real trippy middle parts, and yeah. So I hate to take songs off of the very popular COC set list, of all the great songs. Um, and but that's what we're gonna do. Often asked, especially during these interviews, what my favorite song is, and I have a hard time with that because if I say "You or Me" is my favorite one, while I say that, "Give Me Some More" becomes my favorite one in my head, and then "Lose Yourself" or asleep on the killing floor. I don't know. That's a good problem to have, but
It
I
is. It is.
don't know what my favorite song is yet.
And you know what? As a listener slash fan, I appreciate when the musician is excited for their own music because it
Yes,
tells me that this was actually inspired music, not
absolutely.
copy and paste or anything like that.
No, that's not how we are. That's not how we
Mhm.
write. It's not how we
Yes.
play, you know. We don't write singles and one song moments. We write a body of material.
Mhm. And
Yeah.
I was expecting you to mention Handcuff Country.
I love that song so much. That's a song, one of the songs that came right off the floor while we were in the studio in the writing phase, not even the recording studio yet. We had the first session we had was with the producer at Pepper Studio when we all like lived together and stayed together for almost 2 weeks to write everything. And it was during that time that Handcuff County,
Mm.
it just happened, it's just we were all looking at each other and we just brought that out. It just happened. That one and Lose Yourself also came right out of thin air at the writing session. It's like, wow, look at that. Look what just happened. But that's the
What?
beauty when you have Pepper and Woody and Stanton Moore on drums, and I speak the language that they need. So we're able to do that. We're able to
Yeah.
pull a song right out of our hats.
And there is an intro in Handcuff Country. What's
Yes.
going on there?
It's about being pulled over.
Of
It's a
course.
cop. It's a cop on his radio. Yeah, and yeah, listen to it better. Listen to it again, and you'll hear the police. Yeah.
Honestly, there is the policeman mentions a code that I couldn't figure out what exactly that code. So don't spoil that for me. I
I
will try.
won't. Okay. Okay. No spoilers here.
So I will see you and the band on May 14th in Chicago.
Oh, great.
Excited to feel the breeze that I mentioned in the beginning.
Yeah, man.
And before I let you go, is Honky still active?
Yeah, Honky, we get to play about once a year
Mhm.
anymore. JD Pincus, who is going to be on the tour with us, by the way.
Right.
He's the first band, and then us and Clutch. Uh, he lives in Asheville, and so we're no longer together in Texas. So he works a lot touring. I'm working a lot touring. So we have to come together, and it usually happens around holiday time, Thanksgiving or Christmas. We'll be
Hmm.
able to do a honky show in Austin. So that's how we've been doing it. But yeah, we're still a thing. We can still do it.
That's good. That's great.
Yeah, thank you. I'm so glad you said that.
Thank you very much, Bobby. Have
Thank
safe
you.
travels, stay
Yes.
healthy, and see you in Chicago.
See you in Chicago.
Thank you, man.
All right, brother.
Bye
Go
bye.
Bears.